after you have your 17 rows, it is going to look like this. Next we want to work our rows of single crochets in the opening and around the neck. Now we want to get some ribbon and thread it through the last row of double crochets and some buttons and sew them on opposite our buttonholes. This is where we have finished off our last row, and we want to turn it so that we are working along the opening of the jacket. And we are going to put 2 single crochets into each gap along the edge of the jacket. So working into the gaps only, not into there, into here. Putting 2 into there and into each gap along the edge. I am now up to the double crochet part of the jacket, which is the top part, and we are going to be working into the end stitches, into the gaps along the edge there, working 2 double crochets into those gaps as well. I am now up to the top corner of the jacket, and we're going to be working 3 double single crochets into the gap. And now we are going to work along the neck edge of the jacket, putting 1 single crochet into the chain spaces. So it's at the bottom of the stitch there. There'll be, this is the initial chain that we started when we very first started this project. So just working into the chain. And just working our way around to the other top edge of the jacket. I am now up to the other top edge of the front of the baby jacket, and we're going to be working 3 into that last stitch because we need to turn the corner. Now we're working down the opening of the jacket, working into the space that is created by the last stitch. So working 2 into the gap. So the gap is between the second last and the last stitch that we did on those rows. And then we also want to work 2 stitches into the gaps on the skirt, on the shell section, into the gaps created by the last double crochet of the rows. I'm coming up to the last gap, which will be the bottom of our jacket. And now we want to work one more row of single crochets back around the jacket. And this row will be creating our buttonholes. So we need to chain one, and we want to turn our work. So we're working back down our row, and this time we just put one single crochet into each single crochet. Now we have to decide where we want to put our buttonholes. This is the opening of the jacket, and I'm going to put 3 buttonholes onto my jacket. So I want to put one at the top. This is the top of the jacket, and this is where the skirt, where the shells start. I'm going to put one at the top and one at the bottom. Now I've gone past the first rows of double crochets. I've gone past that because that is where the ribbon is going to be threaded, so we don't want to put our buttonhole there. And I just want to work evenly across it. I have 3 holes, so one will be there, one in the middle, and then one here. So work past the first row of double crochet rows here, and then work to the second row of double crochet. If you can see that, there's our shell row, there's 1 and there's 2. So I've single crocheted up to here. I'm going to chain 2, miss 1 stitch, and single crochet into the next stitch. And that will just created a buttonhole. In our next one we want to put, we have to divide it evenly, so 1 here, 1 there, and then 1 in the middle. So we want to crochet across about 4 stitches, or until we think that we have reached the distance in the middle of our top and our bottom buttonhole. So that's our top and our bottom, that's about the middle. So we want to chain 2, skip 1, single crochet into the next stitch, and single crochet along till we get to where we want to put our other buttonhole, our top one. Sorry, going out of the screen there. And we want to chain 2, and then skip 1 and going into the next stitch. So I now have 1, 2, and 3 buttonholes. So 1 there, 1 there, and then 1 at the top here. So now we just want to do single crochets all the way around the neck hole, and then down the other side, finishing off at the bottom of the skirt.